about minimizing liquids when traveling carry-on only. So I was recently overseas for about 30 days, and I was a little worried about contact solution because I wear contacts every day, and let's just say tiny little 2-ounce travel size contact solutions just are not very big. So you get a couple of these in your liquid bag and it really starts to take up space. So I tried out 2 new things, a shampoo bar and toothpaste tablets. So let's first talk about the shampoo bar. I have a new one here, and then I've got the one that I used, what's left of it. So I'll show you what a new one looks like first here. So like I said, I was traveling for about 30 days. Now the shampoo bar, I didn't use absolutely every day. I'd say I maybe used it 2.5, 3 weeks out of the 4 weeks. But I was in a very hot and humid country, so I was showering twice a day, once in the morning and once before bed. So I think you could pretty easily get 30 days out of one of these, if not longer, if you were using it every single day. So this is the I don't even know how to say the brand. I'll put it down in the description, and I'll put a link down there if you want to check it out on Amazon. But this one's Jasmine. I brought the rosemary one with me, and I kind of liked it. But yeah, it's obviously in plastic right now. But these are pretty dry, pretty hard. And at first, I was a little worried that it wasn't going to lather up very nice, like it was going to be like some weird soap bar. But when I used it for the first time, you know, you get your hair wet, and you just kind of, and all of a sudden, like, my hair lathered up better than with some regular shampoos. So I was actually pretty impressed with the shampoo bar. Now, the one downside is, you know, you got a shampoo bar in one hand and you're lathering up and you got lather coming down your face. You can't really, like, if you don't have a shelf in your shower to set down the shampoo bar, you're not really going to find your tin if you've got it over on the toilet without getting lather everywhere. So you kind of do have to do like a one-handed rinse and get the soap out of your eyes and then rinse the bar off and put it back in the tin. So that is kind of the one downside, whereas if you're using regular shampoo, you know, then you just rinse. But with this, you have to deal with the bar. Now, I'm not going to touch it because it's probably a little goopy, but that's what I got left. It's a pretty good sized bar. You could maybe even get 2 months out of one of these. I would say using it every day. If you were using it once a day, I'd say pretty easy to get 2 months out of one of these. Mine might be a little smaller than it should be because this is the other thing to keep in mind. So this is kind of a very dry and hard bar when you get it. But what I was doing was I would, you know, lather up, shower, rinse the bar off, throw the bar in here, get out of the shower, and then once I dried off, I would grab the cap, put it on, and just make sure, you know, the canister wasn't soapy or anything, and then I'd store it for my next shower. After about a week of doing that twice a day, I noticed the bar started to get pretty soft, kind of soft and squishy. So it just felt like every time I showered, I was using more of the bar than I should because of how soft the bar was getting. So what I ended up starting to do, which I think I should have been doing this in the first place, is, you know, after you shower, you throw the bar in here. Don't put the cap on. Leave the cap off, let it sit there, let it dry out, and then once it's dry, put the cap on, and then it's good for storage. Because right now, it's pretty dry. But obviously, I was in a humid country, so it didn't dry out super fast. Obviously, if you're in like a desert or something, it would probably dry out a lot faster. But I shouldn't have touched that. Now I got shampoo bar on my finger. Overall, I would dare say I almost like this over regular shampoo, if not on par. I mean, I've got some shampoos that I like, but like right now, my shampoo in my bathroom, I don't really like it. It doesn't really lather up very good. This lathers up better, and I just kind of like it because it lathers up so fast. You just get super lathery, and then I was actually just using it as regular body soap too, because I didn't bring body wash or like a separate bar of soap with me. I was hitting hard into some weight restrictions on my flights, so. So sorry, I got a text about somebody returning some rental equipment. I was looking at that on my watch. So I would say I like using this just as much as regular shampoo. Now let's move on to the toothpaste tablets. I will come right out and say I didn't like these as much as toothpaste, but you know, one canister of this, you get 60 tablets, and if you brush twice a day, you know, it's good for a month. And they're just little white tablets. You just chew them up and start brushing. Now you might be wondering, if I was gone for a month and I brushed twice a day, why the heck do I still have some tablets left? For most of my trip, I traveled with a girl that was from that country, and I'm gonna admit I snagged her toothpaste a few times because I just didn't like these as much. Now I will say they work just fine, and I would travel with these again. But you know, whereas like I would use this at home and not have an issue with it, I would not use this at home. It's fine for travel, especially if you're trying to minimize weight, or if you're going on an extended vacation and a tiny little thing of toothpaste just ain't gonna cut it. You know, I would definitely use these again. But, you know, you pop them in your mouth, you chew it up, and if you chew too much and try to create a bunch of lather, it just becomes a lot of spit and very runny, and then you start brushing and you're just drooling all over the place. If you pop it in your mouth, crunch a couple times, and then think, well, I'll just take my brush and start making some lather, it does, but then you just feel like powder getting oozed all over your mouth. And some of the powder actually does like stay in your teeth when you chew on it. Like if you were to eat a piece of candy and you get candy stuck in your tooth, I mean, it doesn't stay there because obviously it's a powder and it dissolves right away. But it works just fine. I actually, right when I got back, I had a dentist appointment. I got my teeth cleaned, and I was talking to my hygienist about using this, and she said, you know, they're fine. The toothpaste isn't really what cleans your teeth anyways. It's the brush. And that was my one thing. I actually brought a travel toothbrush, one that folds, and I didn't bring my Sonicare. And I don't mind using a travel toothbrush for a couple days, but using it for a month was pretty rough. My gums were actually pretty destroyed when I went into the dentist, because I'm used to using a Sonicare, first of all. But my travel toothbrush, I don't know why with travel toothbrushes they do this, but it's definitely a large head, and I always go for a small-headed toothbrush, and Sonicare has a small-headed toothbrush. And I also go for soft bristles, not hard bristles. And travel toothbrushes are always like large head, hard bristles, and it just annihilates my gums. So I actually had really inflamed gums when I came back. So that's one thing with my traveling. I would skip the GoPro, which is what I'm recording on right now. I would leave that thing at home and pack my Sonicare. I would be much happier at the end of my trip had I had my Sonicare with me. And not my home Sonicare. I do actually have a travel Sonicare, and I kind of think that would work better with these because it'd probably lather them up faster and kind of ensure you're not getting powder kind of stuck in your teeth. So I think with a travel Sonicare, this would work quite a bit better, or with just any kind of vibrating toothbrush. But I will say, to minimize liquids when doing carry-on only, I would definitely use these again. This I would use at home, I like so much. I'm going to save this for travel though, because I do like it, so I'm just probably not going to buy any travel shampoo for quite some time now, because I've got both of those. I will use this up and bring it with me for travel, because I travel for work quite a bit. Shorter trips, but I'll use these up. But when these are gone, I'm going to go back to tiny little travel size toothpaste, or just bringing my full size toothpaste with me. I would buy these again if I was going on an extended vacation, because it is nice that, you know, with travel size toothpaste, what do you get, like a week out of one of those? You know, you get a month out of this, and you know, that's next to a 2-ounce contact solution. So will not be using these at home, but I'll continue to travel with them and use them up, and I'd be open to buying them again. Yeah, with that being said, if you got any questions, or if you have any recommendations on, I will say one thing. I did buy the one that had, at least online, this said it had fluoride. I'm not seeing it say anything about fluoride on the back, but I did want to buy the one with fluoride. Now it makes me wonder if it really does have fluoride. But, yeah, I'd buy both of these. I'd recommend them if you're traveling. If you have any questions about them, throw that down in the comments section. And if you have a recommendation for something better than those, throw that down in the comments section too, because I'm always willing to try something new. Until next time, have a good day.